What's up, YouTube? You checking out the Frequent Flyer, and I'm in the process of dissecting this flying frog Q90 here, and I just wanted to share with you guys my findings so far. So I cracked open the canopy. It does have 4 screws here near the motor pods that hold the canopy down, so you have to remove those if you want to get inside. And it has a VTX up in here. It's screwed to the top of the canopy there. See if I can get that there. So this is it right here. This is the VTX screwed to the top of the canopy, and this looks like this is the button that you press to change the channels and bands and all of that stuff. It's a 40 channel VTX, and this camera here is 1000 TV lines. I'm expecting the picture on this to be awesome. And there's a socket right here where it plugs in, and there's 4 lines, so this must have a microphone on this camera here, so you probably can hear sound from it. So that's awesome. This thing is fully loaded, this VTX camera system here. And this board here, I believe it's a F3. Yes, it is a F3 SP Racing, so you can see the F3 right there marked off. And I found out from the instructions manual, which is very detailed, I might add. I like the instructions manual. It's in black and white, but it's very nicely laid out and all. But this right here is actually a buzzer port here, so this does take a buzzer, but it has this proprietary connector here, or micro computer connector. I don't know where to get. Maybe I'll just look on eBay and see if I can find these. If any of you guys know what's the name of this little connector here, please let me know. It's not the same connector as the motor plug and play motor wires. It's not the normal micro connectors. The little micro connectors that we usually get are these here. It looks like it fits, but it does not fit in here. It's a different size. It's a little smaller than the normal one. So if you guys know what this connector is called, please let me know in the comments so I can search it and find a couple of them, maybe on Amazon or eBay somewhere, and I can make me a buzzer and plug it right in here instead of having to remove this. I'm guessing worst comes to worst, you can probably just remove these screws here and lift the board up, and you can probably solder on the buzzer from the bottom here, from underneath the board there. But anyhow, on to more stuff. This right here is your S-bus port right there, and right next to it, it has a DSMX port, so you can just plug right in here. And I do have a DSMX receiver here, my satellite receivers of choice here, the Redcons, and sometimes I get the other ones, but I really like the DSMX satellites because they only use 3.3 volts, and that's less power consumption on the board and all of that stuff. So it plugs right in here. I don't know why these cords are so long, though they should make the cords a little shorter, but I'm guessing I might just coil this wire up and just keep it all in there instead of splicing it or anything, just for a fast flight. So it plugs right in here, and then it has a USB port right underneath right there, so you can plug this up to Clean Flight or Betaflight, whichever one it has on it. It might have Betaflight already on it, but if it has Clean Flight, you can easily just plug it in and flash Betaflight on it. All you have to do is go to the CLI function and then type in version in the field and press enter, and it'll let you know which version of Clean Flight or which version of Betaflight you have on here, and then you can go from there. You'll know which version of the Betaflight or whatever software you're trying to download. You'll know which version it is, whether it's SP Racing F3 Evo or not, you know, whatever it might be, what kind of board it is. But I can see here that this is a F3 board. I'm guessing it's probably going to take a F3 SP Racing Evo target. It seems like it's going to be. But anyhow, so this is your PPM port here. So again, S bus port, DSM-X port here, or DSM2 if you like. This port here is for a buzzer, but it's looking like we're going to have to go under the bottom and solder the connections to the bottom, unless we can find what kind of socket this is. And this right here, the PPM port, they do supply wires for them all, except for this one here. The wire that they supply for this one, I don't think I can use it because it's different on each side, on either side. It has this size here to plug in here, but the other end of it doesn't fit inside my satellite receiver. My satellite receiver, both ends take the same size, like this here. So another thing I just wanted to add, this seems like a pretty nice battery. I haven't tried it yet, but I have a bunch of little small builds that I'm doing that's could possibly take 2S. So I want to test this battery out on those models and see how this thing works and all. So yeah, so I'll be right back to let you guys know what ports you have to set up. You have to select RX serial on UART3. This here is UART3 if you're using DSM-X or DSM satellite, any one, DSM-X or DSM2. And so that makes me think that this one here, the Free Sky one, is UART2. And I guess the same thing with iBus will be right there. In PPM, you know, you don't select any UART. You don't select RX serial at all on any of them for PPM. So my other findings with this is that I did find that it was on motor stop. I don't like motor stop, so I turned that feature off. Motor stop is when you bring the throttle down to its lowest point, the props stop spinning. I like my props to continue to spin. And also that's better for when you're in acro mode, because when you're upside down doing flips and all, with motor stop turned on, you won't be able to control the craft anymore. So when the props stop spinning, you can't control the rotation of your craft when you're doing flips and stuff. So that's not good at all for me anyhow. So I like to fly in air mode, and when I'm not flying in air mode, I still like the props to keep spinning so I can still have control of it. And so I turned that feature off, and the PIDs were very low. They were all on 70 across the board. Well, not the PIDs, but the rates. The pitch was on 70, the yaw was on 70, and aileron was on 70. So I changed all of those. I only turned the yaw up to about 75 because I don't like the yaw to be too fast. But the pitch and roll, I put those on 80. And so I'm expecting it to not fly docile. I'm expecting it to be highly maneuverable. And well, we're talking about angle mode now. It should be highly maneuverable in angle mode on 80 on a pitch and roll. And acro mode, you know, it's maneuverable anyway. But I'm probably going to be testing out air mode most of the time, you know, flying in acro. But let's see, what else is it? I turned black box and all of that stuff off because this doesn't have a black box or anything. So turn those features off. Those extra features that it doesn't have, they were still selected. And I changed the minimum cell voltage to 2.9. And I'm guessing because I'm thinking that that's telling the quad when to shut the motors and just fall, you know, not be able to power the quad anymore. It shuts the system down, I'm guessing. So I don't want it to shut down too early, so I put it on 2.9, even though there's not a buzzer or anything on here. But I just did that to see how it works out. And I think that's about it. Yeah, that's, oh, I forgot to tell you guys about the target. This is a SP Racing F3. It's not the Evo target, so don't use Evo, or you might brick it or something, I'm guessing, because when I did version. When I typed in version on CLI, it wasn't the Evo attached to it. It was just SP Racing F3. So that's the target. And is there anything else? I guess that's it. So we about to go take this thing outside and see how it flies. What's up, y'all? So we out here with this new Eachine Q90 Flying Frog here, and I have the DSMX satellite receiver, just double-sided mounting tape to the top of this canopy here. It's actually on top of the, well, on the bottom of the VTX. And so we got these little straps on the bottom here to hold the battery, little rubber band like straps here. It came with that. And so let's plug it up because my Devo 10 is chiming. It wants me to hurry up and make a move. I got the monitor out here, got an SD card, so everything should be okay. So we're gonna try to take off from right there. Let's see, I have to turn on my monitor, try to lock into the video feed. I hope it can pick up this channel because you have to take the canopy off completely to change the channels. Okay, so it's locked in. Let's hit record. This monitor, man, it doesn't seem to be reading the SD card that's in here. I guess right now we're just going to check out its flight now. Okay, so it's flying. And it's pretty windy out here. I had a funny reaction to the wind there. So it definitely doesn't seem docile though. I'm in angle mode now, so it's wobbling around and everything. Let's go to acro. Actually, before we do that, let's try punch out with it. So punch out is good, especially for a brushed model. It doesn't want to come down though, the wind's blowing it up. Okay, we're in acro now, air mode. Should fly a little better now. I'm expecting it to. Oh, still had a hiccup there. Let's see if we can do some acro flips with it. It's on 80 and it still rolls pretty slow. Let's see. Man! This thing rolls super slow. Not on the roll, but on the pitch. So I'm definitely gonna have to up the PIDs on this. Well, I'm gonna have to adjust the PIDs and I'm gonna have to up the rates. I'm guessing it's probably gonna have to go on 90 or maybe 1. That's 0.90 or maybe 1. Look at the roll again. The roll is doable, just barely. And it's having a weird effect with the wind. I'm having a hard time with air mode. Yeah, so this definitely has to be tuned out. Hopefully it can be tuned out. It's an odd shape. The arms are stuck out pretty wide and they're close together. The front is close to the back. I mean, it's closer to the front. The back and front motors are closer than the side motors are to each other. So let's go. We're back in angle mode now. So it seems like it can be pretty fast. We had a dragonfly about to attack it there, but I guess it realized that this was bigger than it expected. It's not very loud, so I'm guessing it might make a good model for indoors if you put the prop guards on it. It does come with prop guards, but it's having a very weird reaction to the wind. Let me make sure the props are all the way on. The props are good actually. They actually can be pushed all the way down to touch the top of the can for motor protection, so if you have a hard landing upside down, that it won't knock the bottom out of the motors. But the top of the canopy looks like it comes up higher than the props anyhow, just by a little. So let's take off with it again. So I guess it was a reason that the SD card isn't working right now, because we will be having a hard time FPVing with this thing as shaky as it is now. Yeah, I mean, this is on 75, the yaw is, and check out the yaw. And this is with the pitch on 80. Oh, hold on, we have a car coming from out of here. Okay, this is the roll on 80. So the roll is pretty hard, but for some reason in acro mode, it flips over really slow. Let's try a roll again. Man, this thing is really getting pushed around by the wind. So I'm guessing maybe the form factor on this thing is maybe not so good. But then again, the Furry Bee, not the Furry Bee, but the Eachine Fat Bee has this almost the same motor spacing on the arms as this thing, and that quad flies really nice, and it's 2S as well. Maybe I'll copy the tune from that to this, or copy the PIDs. It does nice funnels though, and I imagine it should fly better without the wind. Okay, so I'm back out here with it, and I did make some changes in the PIDs, and so I'll have the PIDs up on the screen now so you guys can see that. What I used, I basically pulled up, took a look at the PIDs on the Fat Bee, and I brought the PIDs of this just close, not exactly the same but close, and we about to check it out, see how it flies now. Get it plugged up. Okay, we got an FPV signal. I got a new card in here too. So the record is working. So let's take off. Starting to rain out here, so hopefully we won't be out here long. So right off, I can see that it flies better now. Oh, I didn't do that flip there though. It flipped on its own. Wind hit it and it just flipped. So let's do some flips. So it flips better. I'm in acro mode now. I have the rates all the way up to 1, so it's the highest it can go. It wouldn't let me go any higher, but that seems to have done the trick though. When the wind hits it, it seems like it does a flip though. Okay, so let's try some FPV with it. So it seems okay. Looks like a drop of water is on the lens here. Oh no! Almost went in that tree right there. Man, it's windy out here. I guess it's about to be a storm out here. And like a fool, I'm out here flying the flying frog. So it's flying great. Better than it was flying. Just doing flips, having fun with this thing. Man, it's flying good to be so windy out here. Okay, we don't have a buzzer on this thing, so let's try to bring it down. Let's bring it back around. Man, I like the way this thing flies. Okay, let's have a look at it. Uh-oh, gotta go back to FPV. Lost orientation real quick. See if I can get it back over here. Okay, we're back. So this thing is an awesome little flyer now. Power loop. See how fast it could go. Flying frog. Let's go back to FPV. Okay, I'm pretty sure the battery should be just about toast now. Let me bring it back. It's going down. Let's go get it. Ah man, it's starting to rain too. No lost model alarm on it. I gotta figure out where this darn thing is. Okay, there it is. So I guess we reached this highest. Oh, we lost the prop too on it. So that's it, a quick flight of the Eachine Q90 Flying Frog. Thanks for watching.